What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video where we are going to be featuring Nerds Rising's battles. He's a fellow content creator, so I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. And he's rocking a pretty unique team with some nice alliteration as well. All three of these Pokemon start with the letter D in their name, and they're all quite strong, flexible picks for the most part. So I'm interested to see how this team performs with Deoxys defense Dubwool, who's a common W, as we like to say, and Diggersby in the back. Beautiful catch on what could potentially be a Shadow Ball here. Boom, what a catch. Double resisted Shadow Ball. Lures out the Surfetched, and that's kind of one thing you would want to do with this style of team, right? You're double weak to counter in the back. Dubwool weak. Oh, no, dude. That's going to be too many puns if I get another opportunity to say double. But Dubwool, going to lure out the Surfetched, get a shield off of it, and then you just counter down with DD. Maybe commit one shield to respect like a Brave Bird, or no, just going to take it. Because thinks maybe he gets to 2 Night Slashes. Oh, it is a Brave Bird. That's going to hurt. But I like this play. Does lose CMP. I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think it's worth the shield. You want to get rid of this Noctowl if you can. And you're probably just going to want to blind swap here, assuming they let Noctowl go. And it's Chestnut and back. This does not look good, but I don't think it's over yet. Because Diggersby's tanky enough to live a frenzy. The problem is, like, I think you have to let this go. Yeah, you have to let this go and then hope DD can reach a Psycho Boost is the only play. Or does Chestnut let this go? Chestnut lets this go, so now you just commit to fast moves. No reason to throw any charge moves here if you're DD. And as long as Chestnut doesn't have 2 moves, should have the win. Goes for the superpower and didn't live the counter because of the superpower debuff. You know, quick rewind there. One insanely high-level play, which I don't know if it would have been possible, but let's say the Chestnut had 2 superpowers at this moment. If we rewind a little bit. So takes the Fire Punch. So let's say Chestnut does get to superpowers. One thing they could have done here is wait a turn to let the counter register before they debuff themselves. And then maybe you live. But by throwing the superpower right here, now this counter that goes through is going to deal the damage of a counter after the defense has been debuffed from Chestnut. So that would have been pretty crazy if the opponent did that. DD into Golbats. Kind of a weird matchup. The charge moves are very threatening to this Golbat. However, the counters aren't doing much. And we're just going to see a Psycho Boost right away almost, which I kind of like. Throw the Psycho Boost before they get to a Shadow Ball and then swap. They're going to swap in a Scrafty here, and this is not that bad for Dubwool. This is where double kick. Dubwool, double kick. Oh my gosh. Really is nice against a Scrafty because both Pokemon going to be dealing super effective damage with their fast moves. Counters, of course, going to chunk a little bit more. Will Dubwool get to another Body Slam here? I don't think it lives 2 counters. Oh, but he gets the mechanic. So that's an inconsistency where sometimes you get that move off, sometimes you don't. And wow, able to get the second shield. Comes in with DD, you probably... Oh, no shield, really? Wow. Putting it all on Diggersby, I guess? Golbat probably comes into Poison Fang. Swaps right away. Maybe he was trying to catch. Opponent swaps into Goon, and I think Nerds Rising has this. Because with shields down, he doesn't even necessarily need to win this matchup. He can simply just counter down with DD and Psycho Boost the Golbat. However, I'm not 100% sure Psycho Boost KOs. So that's another thing to think about. Gonna let this go. Let's see what he does here. Does he Earthquake? He Earthquakes. Does he reach a Fire Punch? If he can get off a Fire Punch, I think this game is definitely over. And he does get off a Fire Punch, yeah. So that should put this into Psycho Boost range without a doubt. You can even swap into DD. And that is a G to the G. Psycho Boost might have KO'd anyway. Might have KO'd anyway. I'm sure it does a ton to a Shadow Golbat. Caesar. Whenever I hear Caesar, I think of Caesar from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Anybody watch that movie? I like those movies. They're pretty cool. Little scary. Little scary, because, I mean, if... I feel like apes are just so similar to humans. I mean, obviously, we share a common ancestor, right? I don't want to be controversial, like, depending on what everyone believes. I know there's, like, creationists, things like we were created separately, but I think there's scientific evidence that suggests we share a common ancestor with chimpanzees, share like 99.9% of the same DNA. What a catch on the Gleam. But yeah, anyway, I just find apes like pretty fascinating. Pretty fascinating. So similar yet so different. Dubwool gonna land the payback here against G-Fisk. Gonna elect to let it go. You probably come in with DD to farm down, or is that too risky? Like, because you're kind of in Earthquake range. Yeah, so I guess this makes sense. Because Diggersby can actually live in Earth. Oh, gonna shield it. Wants to preserve health on Diggersby. You can build up here and probably get away with a Fire Punch. This looks to be Fire Punch range. Now, Diggersby's got a lot of residual energy. Fire Punch knocks out G-Fisk. Oof. In comes Chestnut. This looks like a tough situation. Because we saw previously, double Fire Punch doesn't KO. 2 Chestnuts in a small sample size of battles. That's pretty unusual. Does get off a lot of counter damage here, which has put the Chestnut now closer into Fire Punch range. Frenzy doesn't KO and gets off the Psycho Boost. Oh my gosh, DD, you monster. DD, you absolute monster. That wasn't an undercharge, was it? I was thinking Frenzy would KO from there. Wow. His name is Deoxys Defense for a reason. Okay, opponent double weak to DD. Probably was better off just staying with Medi, but maybe he felt like he needed to preserve Medi, which actually does make sense based off of Nerds Rising's team comp. Move coming through from the shiny Walrus, looking very stylish. Opponent threw instantly, giving him a free double kick. Opponent could have done 1 Powder Snow for proper timing, so a bit of a mistake, but not the end of the world. Baba Black Sheep, have you any Dubwool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A whole payback's full. That's a bit of a stretch of being remotely clever or catchy. And should be in a good position here. Can freely Psycho Boost and go out into Diggersby and should be in a pretty good spot because this is almost Fire Punch range. Maybe it even is Fire Punch range after the Mud Shot damage. And still has a very healthy DD. Yeah, I like this overfarm here. Really nice overfarm because Fire Punch might have not even KO'd anyway. And now you can simply just go for this EQ, get the final shield, and save your shields for DD. No reason to shield your Diggersby here. Medi gonna have to throw eventually, I think, but Medi's going for like any sort of win con, like a full farm down, knowing it was probably over. And very well played. Yeah, if the opponent had just stayed in it with Medi, I guess Trev wouldn't have had much play in the back, so it does kind of make sense. Tough lead, gonna safe swap Dubwool. Does the opponent stay? They're staying for now. Seed Bomb lands. In comes Drapion. This energy, though, is going to be really threatening for the Drapion. Dubwool probably barely hangs on. Actually, no. Crunch might KO from here. So going to shield it. I like the shield. You can do 1 and throw. Probably can do 1 and throw again. And Drapion might have to double shield here to preserve switch advantage. Yeah, Dubwool being an absolute monster. Look at this sheep, dude. He may be fluffy, but he is menacing. Are we going to shield this? We are not, and it's an Aqua Tail bait. Dubwool gonna take a shield advantage and switch advantage. Absolutely crazy. Trev will get a big Shadow Claw down here, as the Body Slam's not going to do very much. But Nerds Rising took back switch advantage. And will gets denied again, unfortunately. That seems to be way too common these days, lagging a turn when you come in with a new Pokemon. And they top left, so my guess is they were weak to counter in the back. Okay, positive lead. This is where you want to see the Medi. DD should win this matchup, even shields. This is where having Thunderbolt, even more so than like the water types, where Thunderbolt really comes in handy. Gonna build up a ton and Psycho Boost. I like this play. Once again, Psycho Boost, just a really good move in terms of its damage for its energy. Very cheap move and does some really nice damage. So it's a great opportunity to Psycho Boost and dip when you can. I have seen some people play DD where they're not taking advantage of the opportunity to Psycho Boost and dip. And I would really encourage, if you do try out DD, like, if you get the opportunity to Psycho Boost and dip, take that opportunity. So, like, the Lickitung swapped in, rather than just saving it and going straight into Dubwool, like, it's usually pretty nice to Psycho Boost and dip for some really nice chip damage there. Go for the payback against Medi, expecting a no shield. And boom, does big damage. Gets to a body slam as well. Now Medi's feeling the pressure from this sheep. Come in with DD to absorb the energy. Don't even need to shield this. And predicting that Diggersby might have a good matchup in the back. And that's definitely the case. Bastiodon. Bastiodon doesn't have anywhere to go against this team, man. Bastiodon doesn't have anywhere to go. And that is a good game. Gaming Man, 88. Tough lead, but this is what this team's kind of designed for. For Ghosts, you got two normals in the back. I'm going to take this. Takes the foul play on the chin. In comes Noctowl. This is where not having Wild Charge is unfortunate, but I think you're still fine. Gonna commit a shield. Maybe try and flip this matchup if possible. And look at all this energy. These body slams are going to be very annoying for Noctowl to deal with. Going for another body slam. Will we see a shield come up from Nock, or will it let it go? We see a shield come up. Now, does Nerds Rising... He is going to commit another shield. Now, I don't think he'll outpace to 2 here. Because I think Noctowl is 3 away. So it would be a CMP, actually, potentially. Oh, so they let it go. That's huge. They give him switch, and now he's able to align Diggersby with Sableye. So opponent does have a shield advantage here. But now Nerds Rising has switch advantage. And, okay. In comes Lantern. In comes Lantern. Gonna eat the Surf and maybe try and get the final shield here with Earthquake. Going for the EQ. This is like the safer play. You guarantee the shield or a big chunk of damage. And lovely catch here. Catching the Surf on 5. The only concern here is going to be if Sableye can dip out. Or sorry, if Lantern can dip out and Sableye comes in before DD can take out this Lantern. Okay. Catches the Thunderbolt, but that's what he would have thrown anyway. So this game is definitely not over. Gonna get to another Thunderbolt. Oh, this is going perfectly. And now, as long as Diggersby can get to a Earthquake before 2 Surfs, should have it. It's going to be close, though. This Lantern has quite a bit of energy. Let's see what happens. First Surf coming through and gets to the Earthquake before the second Surf. Wow, what a battle that was. Overcoming the Sableye lead, and Dubwool once again proving to be a very powerful safe swap. Positive lead. Obama probably wants to dip out of here. But they swap into Medi, and this is your best Medi answer, so you just kind of have to stay in. Dubwool can handle Abomasnow, and even Diggersby can, like, kind of handle Abomasnow. A little bit of lag there. Hopefully it was just mutual. But, yeah, lag, of course, very annoying. Thunderbolt coming through. Deoxys looking scary. Going for another Thunderbolt here. Medi might barely hang on here and get to the Ice Punch. But Ice Punch isn't going to be enough to knock out here. And you probably are just going to want to let DD go down so you can match up your Dubwool with the Obama. What is going to come in to farm down this DD? It's Sableye. Gets off a Psycho Boost of chip damage. I think this is pretty straightforward from here. I think you just let DD go down. You come in Diggersby. And you've got Dubwool for the Snowman. Bro, keeps getting denied like every time he comes in. This is brutal. This might be worse than how often I get denied, because I feel like this happens to me a lot as well. CMP here on the EQ. And at this point, like, he's probably comfortable just saving both shields for Dubwool. This is the safe play. You guarantee the shield or the knockout. You get the shield. Got to expect the catch here at some point. And nice patience there. Opponent was 1 off, so there's some like really nice reactions by Nerds Rising, because sometimes I see trainers, like even when they're anticipating the catch, or maybe they're not so much anticipating the catch, but they're kind of just mashing on that button, and they have like an entire second to react when they opponent swaps in too early, but they're too focused on mashing the button that it doesn't work out. Go for the payback here. This should knock out the Snowman. Payback, a hard-hitting move. Bang! Sableye will get the farm down, which is a little bit sketchy, but has the Earthquake banked, so it's totally fine here. Combo Wombo. Don't forget to set it to Wombo, commenters. Boom. And a 2-shield flex. Very nicely done. Dark Tyler as opposed to Light Tyler. We're going to see DD into G-Fisk, and the opponent swapped out into Knock. Okay, interesting play. I wonder if what Nerds Rising is thinking is he doesn't need switch advantage, since Diggersby does really well against the G-Fisk. If you're the opponent, like, I see some people think that G-Fisk into DD is bad. In my opinion, G-Fisk into DD is a good matchup for G-Fisk, because there's absolutely no charge move pressure from DD. So I would have stayed in if I was the opponent. Lots of energy for Noctowl is a little bit concerning. Gonna take the move. Maybe it feels like once Noctowl is gone that Diggersby's gonna have a lot of play. Goes for the Psycho Boost. Like, if you're the opponent, you come in with G-Fisk here, in my opinion. But they come in with Sableye. I mean, I guess that's fine. Sableye versus DD is obviously a great matchup, but I mean, they should have probably stayed, right? They should have probably stayed when they saw the Diggersby swap it. I don't know. I guess it's an awkward situation for the opponent. I guess either makes sense. Gonna see another move coming through, and Nerds Rising really wants to preserve this Diggersby. Able to correctly shield the Earthquake. Will land his own Earthquake, which might KO from here. Make the ground shake. Boom! Doesn't KO. Both Pokemon very bulky here. This might only be a Rock Slide. I wasn't really counting. And, yeah, I can just simply go for Earthquake here. And, like, Diggersby's not even in return range. Not even in return range, so you can safely just go for another EQ. Oh, going for the potential flex catch, but either way, was going to be able to close this one out. Thunderbolt, second time we've seen Deoxys take out a Sableye. Deoxys getting his payback, even if he doesn't know that move. Sudowoodo playing a shiny Sudowoodo. How amazing is that? That is amazing. I love that. Sudowoodo. And he's running a shiny best buddy Sudowoodo. Dude, we need to find this trainer. This is amazing. No matter which way this game goes, I am now a fan of Sudowoodo. That is amazing, dude. He's got a signature Sudowoodo. I can't imagine Pseudo comes in. So Noctowl comes in, and I really like the pivot here into Dubwool. And honestly, the opponent doesn't have a great answer to Dubwool in general. Pseudo will be able to deal super effective with the counters, but also going to take super effective from the double kicks. So not the best matchup for Pseudo. Sky Attack lands. Probably just lets this go, right? Probably just lets this go. I guess the Pseudo losing switch here could be a little bit scary. Hopefully the opponent doesn't like blind swap. Yeah, opponent stays in wisely. Shadow Ball coming through. There's no way Pseudo can beat Diggersby, right? Even if it's counter, the charge moves aren't very threatening. This is interesting. I wonder if Diggersby has to bait. Going straight for it. This is only a Rock Slide, right? Oh, it's a Meteor Beam. And that's going to buff. If Pseudo shields this, I think Pseudo is going to be able to win this. But this is a tough call. Oh, gets the shield. Sudowoodo. Can he do it? Oh! I think Diggersby has more than 1 HP. It doesn't get KO'd through the shield. This is going to knock out. I forget the energy on the DD. Does DD have a move? Oh, both Pokemon are so low. Oh, and it gets the win. Wow, what a game that was to end on. Sorry, Nerds Rising. I was rooting for Sudowoodo in that last game just because of the name and the commitment to the signature. Shiny best buddy Sudowoodo. That was amazing. That's a memorable one. But overall, awesome battles. Really cool team that I might try out myself on stream next time I stream. I'm in like the 2900s, so still pushing for Legend. I've been kind of slow to it this season, but we're having some fun. And might have some fun with some like spicy teams. I was thinking it might be cool, since it's taken me so long, if I like try and hit Legend with a spicy team as opposed to like a kind of standard team. So this team I think is like moderately spicy and out of the ordinary, so it could run something like this. I also have another team that's even a little spicier that I've been fooling around with. So feel free to go check me out on Twitch. And yeah, also I was thinking about doing a watch party for the EUIC stream. Going to be the biggest Play Pokemon tournament to date. 256 people competing. So let me know if you guys would like to see that. And I was even considering streaming it on YouTube instead of Twitch, where I normally stream. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. But all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And that said, thank you once again. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.